Hello everyone, welcome. I'm Robert, and this is another playthrough of Star Wars Destiny Encounters. Today I'm playing against Palpatine, and this is using the Squadrons encounter set. And Palpatine is a small expansion for Squadrons, so it acts the same, except all you have to do is replace Vader and his ship with Palpatine and his Lambda shuttle. Okay, and you also have to add the Death Star card, which it instructs you to put it in the enemy row, but you don't have to since it doesn't really have any activated abilities. You don't really need to put it in the enemy row, so I'm just going to put it over here for efficiency. And as I explained in my Darth Vader video for Squadrons, there's cards with the set instructing you how to set up everything. There's a couple additional setup steps in this set, all right? But I've set up everything, and this time, since with the Darth Vader playthrough, I picked the TIE Fighter. This time I picked the TIE Bomber for the Imperial pilot to use, okay? So I'm playing using the advanced discard from, not discard. I don't think I'll need the advanced discard from hand module for this, but I am using the advanced battlefields module, okay? And this is the suggested battlefield for the enemy. And what I'm playing with is I'm using Lando and Nian deck. This is a starter deck from A Renewed Hope, okay? So it's a pre-built deck. It's very fun, and I think it'll work thematically here, okay? And this is the battlefield they come with. So I might just use this, depending on who gains the battlefield. I might just use this for the enemy to interpret that ability. Okay, so that is pretty much it as far as the preamble. Oh, and I'm playing in normal difficulty. All right, so yeah, let's go ahead and roll to see who goes first. So I'll roll my characters first. Okay, so we got two. All right, blank. So we got a total of 4. And remember, you do roll ships as per setup instructions with Squadrons. You also roll the ships, okay, when adding up. So let's see. So that's 1 and then 1. So that's 2 so far, okay. And let's see, we got that's 1, so that's 3, and then 5. So yeah, 5 against my 4. So it looks like the enemy will keep their battlefield, okay? And this battlefield is not bad at all, okay? So it also works with my deck, so that's perfectly fine. All right, so now let's put this back here, and do remember to add that resource to each enemy vehicle, okay? And I've already set up the hand roll, okay? So I'm just gonna shuffle and draw up to 5, okay? Okay, so I'm gonna mulligan. I'm gonna keep these 2, okay? And I'm gonna shuffle these 3 back into the deck and draw another 3, okay? And Lando has a special setup where before I draw my starting hand, I may search my deck for a call titled Millennium Falcon and play it, okay? Decreasing its cost by 3. So that is great. I already did that before I started drawing. Let's see. So let's draw my 3 cards. Okay, excellent. Much better. All right. Okay, so now we are ready to rock. So with Palpatine, he has an alternate victory condition. So at the end of each upkeep, I need, and I hope I remember, I hope I don't forget. At the end of each upkeep, I need to place a resource on this support, okay? And then there's Palpatine's special, which also places resources on the Death Star. And also Lambda, when the Lambda shuttle die is resolved, it moves resources from here to here. And then there's a card in the deck that will also add resources to this, okay? So if this ever reaches resources equal to its cost plus 3 times the number of players, so in this case, if it reaches 12 resources, I automatically lose. Okay, so there's a bit of a ticking time bomb here going on. Okay, so now let's go ahead and also distribute since the enemy kept the battlefield. Okay, I'll go ahead and distribute these two here, and let's flip this over here. And remember, I use this for when it hasn't been claimed and when the battlefield has been claimed, and I just point this at the enemy when they have if they control the battlefield. Okay, all right. Okay, so yeah, there's a lot of moving parts, and you know what? Just as a little reminder to make sure I don't forget, I'll go ahead and I'll just place our resource here. I sometimes do little things like that to remember, so I'll place our resource here to make sure that during upkeep that I put a resource on the Death Star, okay? Because I really don't want to forget. I might. So, okay. So now, yeah, the enemy kept the battlefield, so they're gonna go. I am gonna use this token, okay? And Palpatine is piloting his Imperial shuttle, okay? So we're gonna roll these two together. Yeah, so it is convenient for me to remove dice from the Imperial shuttle because it helps me. It helps me not have the Imperial shuttle move resources over here, but I don't have a card in hand that will let me do that. So I think that what I'll do is let's play. This is the DH-17 blaster pistol. And if I put it on a red character, it gains redeploy. So I do want Nian to pilot the Millennium Falcon, okay, in a second. He does have piloting, okay. And yeah, I put that weapon on him, all right, and then I'll activate him in a second. So now let's activate these two. Okay, so we got that. Okay, and then this has a special, okay, and it uses resource tokens. So we'll get to that when it matters. So, all right, yeah. So I think that is that. Oh, actually, I could remove. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, I think let me do that to prevent a bit of damage. So let me spend another resource here. I'm gonna use pull up, spotty pilot to remove a die showing ranged or indirect damage. So yeah, this has 5 ranged, 2 ranged. So I'll remove that just to prevent that damage, okay? There you go. So that works out well. And now the enemy will proceed to resolve dice. So that's 4. It'll make me discard a card at random. Okay, so with this card, Lavish Cape, okay? All right, so now I'm gonna, let's see, so he's gonna deal indirect damage. Okay, so I'm gonna, I think I'm just gonna activate, so since Nian is gonna pilot the Millennium Falcon, I'm just gonna put this between both of them to represent that they're exhausted, okay, here in the center. So I roll all of these dice. Okay, so that's 2. Okay, and then 1 resource, 2, and then 2. Okay, not the worst. All right, so now we resolve this for the enemy. So it says the enemy gains 1 resource and place 1 resource on the Death Star. Okay, now Palpatine has an ability. It says after the enemy resolves this die, deal 1 indirect damage to each player. So now I have to ding myself for 1 damage. So he does a lot of things there, just with 1 die. I suppose, yeah. Who do I want to kill here? Who do I want to prioritize? Well, that does have redeploy. So let's give that to Nian. Okay. All right. So that was the enemy. Oh, and this as well. Let's do that. Okay, so this one says deal 2 indirect damage to each player. then if this support has any resources on it, discard all of them to deal that much additional indirect damage. So basically, we're gonna discard this, okay? Oh, and I forgot. I forgot to do this earlier. My bad, since we're talking about resources. So, okay. So yeah, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna discard this. I'll deal myself 3 indirect damage. So let's just do 1, 2, and 3, like that. Okay. Okay, but I forgot to do this earlier. So yeah, so I resolved this, and then I forgot to move this. After this die is resolved, if there are resources on this vehicle, move any of them, move one of them to the Death Star. So I move this here. So now the Death Star has 2 resources, okay? All right. Cool. So now that was the enemy's turn, resolving their 3s, and now on my turn, let's see. So I could gain resources, but before I do that, let me go ahead and activate Lando. Okay. All right. So bunch of shields, I see. Okay. Now the enemy will play a card. Okay, so this is a TIE Interceptor. After this support is played, and after the action phase begins, activate this support. Okay, so yeah, so basically it activates immediately. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna put this here. Okay, there we go. And now, so that's 2. Yep, so that's 2 indirect. 2 ranged damage. But I can't really do that. Oh, and I forgot about his trigger. So after this character begins piloting a vehicle, I may reroll one of my pilot dice. Okay. Yeah, I didn't end up having to do that because he rolled pretty well, all things considered. But yeah, I need to pay a bit more attention to that. Okay. So now, here's what I think I'll do. I wish I could... Ah, man. Yeah, I'm gonna have to take that damage, which sucks. Because I could have, if I had like ambush or something, I could have, gained some resources and then attacked that card. But I guess that's not gonna happen. So let's see. Yeah, so all I can do really is let's just assign a bunch of shields. So to prevent some of that damage, I suppose. Okay, so let's do 2 and 2. Okay, so that works out for me. All right, and then TIE Interceptor will deal 2 to this guy. Okay, and then on my turn, I will go ahead and turn these to this side and this side. Okay, then the enemy will play another card. No rerolls, so he's just gonna play the top card of the encounter deck. Lose all hope. Each player is forced to choose one. If you have resource tokens, lose all of them. If you have any cards in hand, discard your hand. Yeah, so I don't have resources, so I can only discard my hand. Okay, so I'll go ahead and do that. All right. Oh, and by the way, I forgot about the Weapons Factory Alpha. The enemy did play a TIE Interceptor, so they gain a resource, okay? So while the enemy controls this battlefield, after the first time each round the enemy plays a vehicle, they gain a resource, okay? All right, so good thing I remembered. Okay, so now on my turn, I will go ahead and use... so remember, as per the Space Warfare plot, players can resolve their pilot, vehicle, and artillery dice showing range damage against enemy vehicles that are not piloted. So yeah, I can resolve it against this. So I'll spend 2 to destroy this TIE Interceptor. And then after damage is placed on a vehicle, if it has damage on it equal to or more than its resource cost, discard it. If it was an enemy vehicle, deal unblockable damage to the enemy leader equal to its resource cost minus 1. So I get to deal 1 unblockable damage to Palpatine, okay, after killing that TIE Interceptor. All right, so then the enemy will... Oh, actually, before I do that, I almost forgot. I'll resolve this against this guy. So let's put this here. Okay, and then I'm going to flip this. First aid. Ah, wow, so much for that. So yeah, all of my damage just went away. That sucks. Okay, yeah, but at least I get to gain control of the battlefield. So I'll take control of the battlefield, okay? And then that's it. So now, first, let's do this before I forget. So I'm gonna give a resource at the end of each round, place one resource on the Death Star. So I'll do that now. And then I'm gonna move this over here. I'm gonna replenish 1, 2, and 3. And then let's put this here. The enemy, we're playing in normal difficulty, so the enemy will gain one resource, which will make them advance. And that, I think, and let's remove these tokens, okay? And that, I think, is it. Let's gain my 2 resources, flip this, and drop to 5, okay? All right. So yeah, he gained 1 from this, and then that. Yeah, so it's gained 3 so far. Okay. All right. So now we're gonna let's see what we got on our hand. Okay, yeah. So I think this is what I want to do. So I want to pay 1 resource since I have Weapons Factory Alpha. While I control this battlefield, the cost of my first vehicle each round is decreased by 1. So I'll play Y-Wing, okay, which will cost me 1. And then the enemy will go ahead and activate, okay. Let's activate Palpatine, okay. 2 and 5, okay. Let's see, and that's a blank, which is great. And then on my turn, let's see, I am going to, so I'm gonna pay another resource to play co-pilot. Play only if you spot a pilot. Attached character gains pilot and has piloting. Your pilots gain +1 health. Okay, so I hope I remember. So they now both have +1 health. Okay. So I'm gonna have Lando pilot the Y-Wing in a second. Okay. So I'm gonna just move things around a bit here. All right. Okay. So now the enemy will activate this guy. Okay. And his TIE bomber. So that's 6 and 3. Okay. All right. Now let's see. So on my turn, I don't really have anything that removes dice. Actually, I do. I just don't have resources. So let's just start activating these guys. So let's activate Lando first. Okay. And his Y-Wing, since he now pilots. And those were okay rolls. Let's see. All right, now the enemy will resolve TIE Bomber. Now, it'll make me lose 2 resources, but the TIE Bomber has a special ability. So after the Disrupt die is resolved, if no resources were lost, place 1 resource on this support. Okay, cool. All right, now my turn. I'll activate this. Okay, Neon and Millennium Falcon. All right, so that's 2, 2, and 1. Oh, and this. Okay, I forgot to roll that. Okay, special, remove 1 shield from a card, then resolve another side of this die. Oh, that's awesome. Okay, so now 5. So he'll deal 1 ranged damage to Neen, and 1 indirect damage, which I'll assign to Lando. Okay, and now on my turn, let's see. Okay, so I think that what I'll do is I will. He can't. There's no shields for me to remove, so I think that what I want to do is I'll go ahead and change this to a 3, and then I'll change this to a 1. Oops, to a 1. Okay, I think so. Yeah, let's do that. I just need to gain a resource. Okay. So actually, no, he's gonna give a shield to that. What am I talking about? So let's hold on. Let me, instead of changing that to that, let's change this. Okay, there we go. Okay, that's what I'll do. All right. Yeah, because he's about to give a resource shield to Palpatine. Okay, so yeah, he gives a shield to Palpatine. And then on my turn, I will go ahead and gain 3 resources. So let me gain 3 like that. Okay. Now Palpatine so he'll gain, the enemy gains a resource, place 1 resource on the Death Star. Okay. This is now up to 4, and then I deal indirect damage to myself, so I'll assign it to Lando. And before he messes with me, let's resolve this. I'm gonna resolve this. Okay, so I pay 1, and I'm gonna resolve this. So that's 3, and that's gonna go. It's gonna go here. Okay. All right. Now then, the enemy will. This is a blank, so the enemy will just play a card, deal 1 damage to each player's characters. So let's just do that. Let's just do this. Okay. All right. Now on my turn, I'll go ahead and resolve this. So I'll remove 1 shield from a card. Okay, so I remove 1 shield from Palpatine and resolve another side of this die. So I'll resolve the 3 ranged damage against Imperial TIE Pilot. Okay, Shatter. Each player discards 1 of their supports or upgrades in play. Oof, that is brutal. But I think I'll have to go with the blaster pistol. All right, there. Sure, let's do that. Okay, all right. And then on my turn, I'll make the enemy lose a resource. Okay, place a card. He gains 2 resources. Okay, and yeah, I think that is it. Oh, actually, no, I mean that's fine by me. I think that's it. So now I'll claim the battlefield, and then the enemy can't do anything that I can tell. So now we are gonna move on to upkeep. So let's remove these tokens. Okay, let's put this back here. And okay, so now a resource will go to the Death Star. So now it's at 5. Okay. And now we're gonna move this over here. 1, 2, and 3. Okay. The enemy will gain a resource, normal difficulty, so they'll advance. Let's flip this. And I'm gonna draw up to 5. 1 and 2. Okay. All right. Yeah. So that looks good. So now let's go ahead and start. And I gain my 2. Actually, I forgot almost. So I'm up to 4 resources. Okay. So yeah, I think we're ready to rock. So now next in this round, I'll start. I want to play. Let's see. I want to play Lando Calrissian's blaster. Okay, and it has ambush. So I'll pay 2. I'll attach this to him. Okay, and now I'll move this over here. Let's see. Lando Calrissian's blaster, and now the enemy will first attack with. Let's see. Or not attack, sorry. Activate. That gains him 2 resources. Let's see if I can remove that. Do I have anything in my hand that lets me remove? You remove 1 of your dice showing a shield. Okay, yeah, I might. So shield. All right, let's actually activate this first. How many shields? Yeah, let's activate this first. Let's activate him and see his pilot in the Y-wing. Let's see. Okay, yeah, that works out for me because I do want to remove that die. Okay, let's see. 4, 2. Okay, there. All right. Now the enemy will then activate these 2. 2 and 2. Okay. So it looks like he's going to be advancing this round. But yeah, let's try to remove some of those dice because I don't like that. So let's... I'll pay 1. Okay. Divert. Resolve 1 of your dice showing a shield to remove a die. So I'm going to resolve this. Let's give a shield to Nin. Okay. And then I remove a die. I'm going to remove that second die from Palpatine. Okay. so that he doesn't put another resource on the Death Star. Let's put this here, okay, since we're talking about that. All right. And then, so that's my turn. The enemy will resolve this card 2 at random, okay? Okay, let's see. Lavish cape. Poor Lando couldn't put on his fabulous cape this round. Oh well. And then point blank this game. Okay, so then I deal 1 indirect damage to myself. Okay, so let's put that on Lando. All right. And that's 6s. And then on my turn, I'm gonna activate Millennium Falcon with Neon. All right, so that's 1. All right, so we got some resources, although I don't have a whole lot of use for them right now. Okay. And then I get to reroll. You know, yeah, let me do that before I forget. I get to reroll 1 of my pilot dice for free. Actually, hold on. I do have that that die right there. Since it's blank, it's better. Okay, cool. That turned out better. I like it. Okay. So then the enemy will resolve their 2s. So he gains 2 resources. He advances, okay, and they gain a resource. Okay, cool. All right, on my turn, I'm gonna resolve these arranged die. Okay, I think that's what I'll do. Yeah, let's resolve these. So that's 3. Okay, so this guy's on 9 damage. Okay, and then the enemy will flip a card. So this one is Imperial Officer, evasive. And man, okay, I think the same thing happened last time. The guy can't catch a break. I'm not gonna go over what he does because he's about to die anyway. So yeah, I'll just resolve my indirect damage. Okay, he dies, and then 1 damage will go here. Okay, so he's 3 away from lethal. And now that was my action, so he's gonna flip this. Okay, so this one says for each enemy vehicle in play, deal 1 indirect damage to each player to a maximum of 3. So this is firepower, right? Players are forced to distribute this damage among vehicles they control up to their resource cost before assigning it to their characters. So yeah, so he controls 2 vehicles, so it's gonna go to the Millennium Falcon. Okay. Exhaust each vehicle damage this way. It's already exhausted, so that's fine. If there's only 1 enemy vehicle in play, this card gains Surge. Okay, but yeah, so if it had gotten 1 more damage, then yeah, it would have brought down my Millennium Falcon. Okay, all right. So now what I want to do is I want to discard and reroll this. I just want more damage. Let's see. Okay, all right, that works out for me. So now let's see, give each enemy character 1 shield. Oh, that's perfectly timed. I like it. So shield, and then 1 shield to Palpatine. Okay. And now I'm going to resolve this. Okay, so remove 1 shield from a card and then resolve another side of this die. So I'm going to remove this and then resolve the 3 damage die against him, and that's going to be lethal. Okay, so now we're going to remove this. We're going to remove these guys from play, okay? Now leaving Palpatine alone, all right, until he gains some reinforcements later, that is. So let's see. Okay. All right, let's see. Okay, so now let's go ahead and have the enemy. That was my turn, so now the enemy plays a card. Imperial Edict. Each player is forced to remove their highest value die or give 1 resource to the enemy leader. So I guess I'll just remove this. Okay. So now I'll claim the battlefield again, and then that's it. Nothing else for the round. The enemy will... let's put a resource here before I forget. Okay, 1 resource goes to the Death Star, so it's halfway there. Okay. And now the enemy gains 1 resource. Normal. Let's flip this. Let's remove these tokens. Let's put these back where they go. Okay. And I'll gain my 2 resources, and I'll replenish this. Okay. Okay. And now I am gonna draw up to 5. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. All right, cool. So now Palpatine is the only one left, but he's got plenty of dice to work with there. He's getting a few dice. So, all right. Now, for my first action, I don't have a vehicle to play, but I do want to put a blaster pistol on. So yeah, I'll pay 1. I'll put another blaster pistol on Nin. Okay. And then I'll have Palpatine activate. So that's all of those glorious dice. It's gonna activate. Let's see. So that's 2. Okay, 5, 6. So it's gonna be making me discard a lot. Ooh, it's gonna be making me discard a lot. Okay, it's gonna make me discard my entire hand. Okay, so you know what? Let me let me remove a die at least. So he can discard my hand all he wants. Let me just at least do this. So let's pay 1, and I'm gonna play fastest Honko Junk. Activate one of your vehicle supports. Then if that support's die is not showing damage, you may remove a die. So as long as I don't roll indirect damage, I want to remove that number 2 die. Okay, excellent. So yeah, I am gonna remove that. Okay. All right. So now Palpatine will make me discard my hand. Okay, and deal 2 indirect damage to myself. So I'm gonna deal 1 here, and then 3 to Lando. Okay. Okay, and then on my turn, I'm gonna go ahead and activate Lando properly. Okay. All right, let's see. Okay, and now the enemy will make me discard, but I don't have any cards to discard, so that's fine. And then let's activate this. Okay, and then is gonna roll for the Millennium Falcon. Okay, 2, 1, and I am gonna reroll. I want to reroll Lando. Yeah, I want to reroll one of my pilot die, so I'm gonna reroll this. Okay, great. Okay, cool. So now the enemy will play a card. Okay, TIE Fighter. So there you go. And now on my turn, let's see. I do have a resource. So I think that what I'll do is let me give some shields to this guy. Okay, I don't have any cards in hand. All right, yeah. So let me give 2 shields to that. Now the enemy will activate this guy. Okay, and then so what I'll do is I'll pay 1 resource to deal 3 damage to this TIE Fighter, okay? And I get to deal 3 minus 1 damage unblockable to Palpatine. So, yeah, I kill the TIE Fighter, and I'll deal 2 unblockable damage to... I kill the TIE Fighter, yeah, deal 2 unblockable damage to Palpatine, okay? Palpatine will play a card, upgraded enhanced propulsion, attached to the enemy leader piloted vehicle. After this upgrade is played, or after another vehicle is, or after attached vehicle is activated, the enemy gains 1 additional action. Okay, so yeah. So he'll gain an action when he activates his vehicle, but now when playing this card, he gains another action. Okay, so let's see. Okay, the enemy gains 1 resource, which will make him advance. Okay, place 1 resource on each enemy support, and keep in mind, the Death Star counts when playing this card, okay? So, yeah, so I'm gonna put a resource here, okay, for the Lambda shuttle, and we're gonna put a resource here for the Death Star, okay? All right, yeah, so that was resupply. Now, my turn. I want to go ahead and deal 2 indirect damage to him, so that's 3. Okay, and then we're gonna flip another enemy card. Each player discards the top 4 cards of their deck. Okay. All right. So that's 4. Okay. And then I'm gonna I suppose I'll deal 1 damage to each opponent's characters, and it's only Palpatine in play. And then he plays 1 card. He gains a shield. Okay, and then just want to make sure I remember this, but yeah, I think that is it. So now we are gonna we're just gonna move to upkeep. So let's go ahead and just move this here, okay? And then let's replenish this. Okay, and he's gonna gain a resource. I claimed the battlefield. Yeah, or I meant to, because yeah, he played a card and then I claimed it. That's what I meant. Yeah, like I still had an action. So after he played that, I claimed it. Okay, yeah, so I claimed it. All right, just forgot to formally do that. And yeah, I'll gain 2 resources. I already moved the Death Star resource here. Let's put this here as a reminder. I didn't gain the resource from that. I would just rather play the battlefield. So I just put away those those dice. Let's remove these tokens. And I'm going to draw up to 5. Okay. All right. And he's going to mail me at this rate. I need to be careful. Okay. So, yeah, I need to make sure I take him out soon. I do have at least a vehicle I can... I do have a vehicle I can play. All right, so that's cool. All right, now, so it's my turn, and yeah, let's do that before he messes with my hand or whatever. I'm gonna play another Y-wing. Okay, so let's move this over here. I'm gonna play another Y-wing. Okay, and it cost me 1 less because of Weapons Factory Alpha. And now he is gonna activate. Okay, so we're gonna put this over here. Okay, between both. Okay, so there you go. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 3. Okay, so now what I want to do is spot any number of piloted vehicles and spend that many resources to turn that many dice to any side. Okay, so I thought I could remove that. I didn't read that right, but I suppose I'll... Oh, I still have a bit of time. Oh, hold on. So he's gonna resolve... No, not really. Okay. You know what? Let's... Yeah, I mean, I would rather not let him move that resource there. Hold on. He gains a resource. Yeah, I think it's better if I just... turn that to a blank. Okay, yeah. So accelerate to attack. Spot any number of piloted vehicles and spend that many resources to turn that many dice to any side. So I only have 1 resource, okay? So I'll spend it. And then I'll turn this to a blank. Okay, so that's like the best I can do, really. So yeah, it's gonna make me discard 2 at random. Okay, and then I deal myself 1 indirect damage. Okay, I suppose let's just put it on the shield. Okay, so yeah, that was his turn. And then let's just start activating things. So let's activate Lando and the Y-Wing. Okay, all right, that's some damage, I like it. Okay, so that's 2. And then blank. Okay, so that was his activation. Now, Lambda will resolve. So that's 2. So the enemy will gain 2 resources, okay, which will make him advance. Now, he already unlocked everything, so he just gets to play the top card of the encounter deck. Relentless Assault. Okay, so now the enemy is readied, all right? So he's going to roll that die in a second. But yeah, the blanks stay there, thankfully, okay? Okay, now, after resolving that, we move this resource to the Death Star, so now it's on 9. So, yeah, I really, really need to get rid of him soon. Okay, so now let's roll for all of this as well, okay? Oh, man, I need more damage. Stop with the resources. I don't need that. Okay, so yeah, he's now gonna activate Palpatine, okay? But he only has 1 die, though. Ah, man, seriously. Yeah, it's gonna go up to 10. I'm only a couple turns away from dying. I'm gonna just discard this to reroll. I just really, really need more damage. So reroll, 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 reroll. All of the rerolls. I just need damage. Okay, let's see. One, two, one. Let's see. And I forgot about his reroll, but like too late for that. That's fine. Okay. I did get a bit more damage, so that's good. Okay, yeah, so he's gonna resolve this. He's gonna gain a resource, place a resource on the Death Star, and yeah, and at the end of each round, yeah, and that trigger is at the end of each round, by the way. So I'll have an entire round. Yeah, so I do get an entire round. Assuming that he doesn't put another resource on it, that is. Okay, and I deal myself one indirect damage, so let's put that on Lando. Alright, so yeah, that was his turn. I'm just gonna start hashing out damage. I'll do this in a second, but yeah, let's just at least assign the range damage. So that's 5 range damage, 1 here, and then 4 here, okay? Alright, and then the enemy will play a card. Reinforcements. Okay, so it looks like the Imperial officer will have time to shine this time or not. Let's see. I think he might be he just came back with a vengeance because he's gonna make me. Okay, actually no. All right, cool. I forgot, but I thought for a second that he could put resources on enemy vehicle. Sorry, on the Death Star. He doesn't. He places resources on enemy vehicles. But yeah, I'll read what he does in a second. Okay. All right. So yeah, that's Imperial Officer. Now let's activate Y-Wing. See what we get. Okay, more indirect damage, but at least this time he gets to activate. So good for him. All right. So after this character is activated, place 1 resource on the enemy vehicle with the least resources, leftmost in the enemy row for ties. So we're gonna place our resource here, okay? Then reroll all enemy vehicle dice showing blank. If no dice were rerolled this way, give 1 shield to the enemy leader. So he does a lot. So okay, cool. Now, yeah, so I'm gonna resolve this indirect damage dice. So that's 3 to him and then 1 to the leader. So yeah, he really did get in the way of me doing what I needed to do. So that sucks. So we flip a card, focus. Okay, yeah, this might be game over if he rolls specials. He didn't. Okay, cool. All right. So let's see. I'm gonna let's gain shields, I suppose. Let's see. 1, 2. So yeah, let's gain some shields. 1 and 2. Okay. Cool. And then Palpatine will make me discard 2 at random. I don't have any to discard. So I'll pass. Okay. For now, let's see. He'll make indirect damage, and then 1 damage from the ranged die. Okay, but I'll just pass. I'm not gonna claim the battlefield quite yet. So pass. Display of leadership. For each enemy pilot in play, each player removes 1 of their dice. Okay, yeah, I was stupid. I forgot to activate that, but that's fine. I forgot that I had that resource die there. Oh well, too late. That's fine. Yeah, I'm just holding on because if he plays C's, I'm just trying to wait for him to play C's potentially. But let's see. Firepower. For each enemy vehicle in play, deal 1 indirect damage, and I have to assign it to a vehicle. So yeah, I'll assign it to this, but it gains Surge because he only has 1 vehicle in play. So let's see. Yeah, that's a dud. Okay, so that's good. All right, and then okay, so yeah, I think if he gains an additional action, then that's gonna suck. So yeah, let's see. I mean, if he plays actually, and I forgot that he gains an additional action. Okay, you know what? Yeah, I forgot about enhanced propulsion earlier. So Let's just play this card immediately. Blockade. Let's see. Give 2 shields to the rightmost pilot, okay, in the enemy row. Then if the enemy controls more vehicles than me, which he doesn't, then we just ignore all of that. All right, yeah. So I just gave him an additional action because I forgot about this from the start of the round. So now I claim the battlefield. Okay. All right. Okay, so now we move to upkeep, and yeah, so we're only 1 resource away from the Death Star firing off. I draw. We remove this. Yeah, literally. Yeah, unless a miracle happens, I don't think this is. I don't think I got this because. Yeah, I mean, I need to deal 10 damage. It's not impossible, but the thing is, if he rolls a special, if this doesn't roll blank, it's over. And now I do have some dice manipulation here, so that's actually very useful. Yeah, I do have some dice manipulation here, so it's possible. It is possible. Okay, I just have to be careful, but let's see what happens. So let's see. Let's flip this. He gained his resource. I gained my 2. Let's put this away. And yeah, I think we're ready to rock. But yeah, it's not 10 damage, 12 damage. Yeah, it's just not looking likely. But unless I could use... I could use this to turn the dice to the sides I need. Let's see. So let's first activate Lando. Okay. All right. So that's... not the greatest, but okay. All right. Okay, so now Palpatine will activate, and let's see what happens. Yep, just if he rolls one special, it's over. Let's see. Okay. Oof. Okay. All right. Yeah. So no, wait. He gains an additional action. Okay. So yeah, he'll resolve this, which will. It's just 1 indirect damage here and then 1 ranged damage here. Okay. All right. So he gained an additional action, but I do have a small window here where I can do something. So, yeah. So I can turn these 2 dice to blanks, okay, which gives me a bit of time. I have to spend these 2 resources, though, which sucks, but let's see. Accelerate to attack. Spot any number of piloted vehicles and spend that many resources to turn that many dice to any side. So I spent 2 resources. Spot 2 piloted vehicles. I'm gonna turn these to blanks. Okay. All right. All right. Cool. And now the enemy will play a card, Star Destroyer. Okay. All right. I'm not too scared of that for now. Let's see. Now I need to roll. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, I mean, I don't know that I'll reach 10 damage, but we're gonna try. Let's see. Okay, good. All right, awesome. It's not bad. Let's see. I'm gonna reroll. So I get to reroll a pilot die. Let's reroll. Do I want a resource? I don't have a use for resources right now. So, man. Okay, sure. All right, now the enemy will activate Star Destroyer, and Star Destroyer says after the enemy activates this support, place a resource on it. Okay, and this will give it'll give him more shields. Are you kidding me? Increase the value of this die equal to half the amount of resources on this support rounded down. Okay, so for now it'll just give him 1 shield, but oh lord, it's just making things more difficult. Let's see. Resolve 1 of your dice showing shield to remove a die. I don't have a dice that shows shields, so yeah, that's fine. Let's activate this Y-wing and see what happens. So let's see. Yeah, that's just not helpful. Okay, so now the Star Destroyer the Star Destroyer will give a shield to Palpatine. Thanks. All right. Then let's see. I want to try to discard to reroll a few more dice before I let's let's discard this. Reroll, 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 reroll. Okay, let's see. Come on, baby, I need more damage. What's going on? No, that's not very good, but okay, whatever. All right, yeah. Got a bunch of... I might be able to. Oh, let's see. Okay, yeah, I'll see. It's not looking that great, though. But okay, anyway. Deal 1 damage to each player's characters. Okay. All right, let's see if I can puzzle this out. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna turn these two. Let's see. So that's 1. So that's 4. 4. Okay. First, let me do +2 and this. Okay. So that's 12. Yeah, I think I'm. Oh no, I think I'm. Oh yeah, no, that's the one I need. Okay, yeah, I think I might have this. Assuming he doesn't remove any of my dice. Let's see. Okay. No! God, why? Oh, no! No! Why, God? Why? No! This is unbelievable! Oh my God. Oh God, I can't. Okay. Reroll all player dice showing damage. I was so close. Oh my God. Okay. All right, let's see what happens. This is ridiculous. Okay, let's see. All right. One. Reroll all player dice showing damage. Man, all of that set up for nothing, but let's see. Okay, so now reroll all enemy vehicle dice showing blank. Oh Lord. Is it game over? I think it's game over because yeah, as soon as he activates that, that's it. As soon as he resolves that, I can't do anything. I can't kill it. I can't remove anything. Let's see. If I had 1 resource, I could have done something. But yeah, no, that's it. So, oh man, what timing. So I'm gonna resolve that. So yeah, I discard a card from my hand, but then yeah, he moves the last resource onto the Death Star, and boom, I'm destroyed. Man, that was so close, dude. Yeah, I would have needed just a couple more turns, and I would have done lethal. But let's see what else he had. Oh man, no, he would have messed me up. Yeah, he would have tricked me up with healing himself. But okay, but yeah, that was pretty intense. But yeah, well, I guess the good guys didn't win this time. But I wanna thank you so much for watching. And yeah, this was super fun. If you have any comments, questions, feedback, go ahead and put them in the comment section. And if you enjoyed this content, make sure to like and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one.